Right, here I'm trying to share with you my criteria for 204. So I would expect students to have their group contribution listed out in this table. So you can see the name, okay, versus the admin number plus the each individual contribution. So this can be used as peer review. Okay, so I would expect every one of the students to be able to agree with the task located or contribution given. You can have duplicated contributions, right, in the area where two of you could be doing the same things in the respective sections. Word count, you can put it here, so it will be a plus minus 6,000. Right, so you should also have a project title. Now, in this case, this is a mama shop that they try to set up. So if you understand, mama shop is something like a convenience store at the HDB void deck. Okay, they basically sell all the essential goods, right? So here we have this project, okay, entitled e-mama shop. Obviously, it's trying to get the offline shop to online, O to O. Right? So this is a O to O. So there is this task or project, the burning desire to bring some of the online sales onto on some of the offline sales to online, so that the mama shop can also take order from online purchase, right? So you're welcome to do your own logo or own design to make the report more interesting. Here's a glimpse of the content. Okay, as required, you should have a short executive summary. Just one paragraph will do. No need one page. Right? So one paragraph to talk about your project proposal, okay, the scope, okay, objective, and maybe the success criteria. Right? So a brief overview of the business, a current business, and then the future business. And more important is basically to try to identify which area of the business that you want to computerize. You want to make it digitized, right? You want to improve its productivity, efficiency. Okay, which part of the business operation you want to bring in the ERP system, right? So, example, inventory control management system, project management system, right? Supplier management system, customer relationship management system can also be part of the ERP solutions, right, that you want to propose. Or we talk about the sales and marketing, right? So you can gather some of these ideas from the previous assignment on SAP, right? You can also look at the fulfillment activity diagram, the state diagram, or the process flow diagram that you have developed previously. You can actually incorporate into this assignment as well. Then you can go into the motivation. What's the benefits? What's the motivating factors? It could be in line with the government initiative to become a smart nation. Everything is automated, right? And there is also a lucrative motivation. Could be what? Why does the mama shop want to go online? Because there's a market business opportunity there where people are lazy to go down to buy, or even in the nearby HDB, right? They can actually order for a delivery from even the mama shop. Choice of technology, you can touch on the cashless payment. You can touch on how the mama shop can even do social media marketing, right? In the chatbot, location based, right? So think of it. There's a lot of areas that you can look at. Investment hurdles, challenges. Okay, I explained. Hurdles is something like challenges. So there will be some challenges whenever you implement digitizations or IT into the system. One, of course, is the cost, the payment. You have to convince, okay, the boss, whoever going to invest, is a long-term investment, right? So you're going to look far ahead. You got to plan ahead, and of course the mindset, okay, of certain traditions, okay, certain hawkers, they might not want to embrace technology. They are scared of technologies. Okay, so you got to address some of this, and of course about security, right? We did that. Now we talk about this, about the Data Protection Act, Personal Data Protection Act, about customer data, about the sales transaction, credit card information, payment. All these have to be addressed, right? So if you can address them, okay, you can highlight what are the security features that you have put in place to ensure people can transact over online with a peace of mind. Then, of course, you can mention about the result. After implement all this, what is the outcome? Is there a improvement? Is there a increase in revenue? Is there, if there's no increase in revenue, at least there must be some cost saving, right? Even cost saving means cut costs. You will still increase your profits, right? You will still be able to increase profit, but not just increase the sale, but you can reduce the cost of sales, cost of goods sold, cost of operation, right? You can have reduced manpower. That could be one way to increase your profit, right? And you can talk about the future. You can talk about. You should also have a table that talk about that actually tabulate the expenses that's required, any startup costs required, any server hosting that is required. So that will be on the expenses and versus projected sales or revenue, right? So this is the table of content. So this is just sample. Right? What I'm going to show you is just sample. It's not the best report, okay, but at least a guideline, at least a basis. I know you guys want to have some sample, right? Right, so that you don't get totally out. But like I said, this is just a guide. Okay, you are welcome to take your own initiative and add on even better materials or add on better uh, stuff, okay, into your reports, right? So this is an example of an executive summary, project scope, budget information, the length, etc., project objective. Okay, so this one you can either put in one sentence or one page will be good enough, right? So this is the background information. There you have. If you have, if you have been staying in those a private estate, you might not have seen this, right? But if you went to any HDB, I'm sure most of you will see this is an example of a mama shop, right? So you can see there are so many things that they're selling there, right? So many items, and obviously there are going to be a lot of suppliers as well. So they need a system to help them track, to help them manage the inventory. What stock is level is running low, what is not selling well. Okay, example. So these are very important so that they can improve, okay, their turnaround and also improve their products placement as well. Okay, so they will be well informed of what are the goods, okay, what is the top 10 goods item that they could sell very well. So this is usually started by Indian. You can give some history background information, right? And these are just some background information, not that necessary, but if you are able to get some, then you just put it there. Or if you don't have enough words, you can add in some of this, but not too much. Okay, so the idea, what is the idea? The whole idea is basically, like I just mentioned, automate the manual and tedious processes, right? You can talk about the B2B, okay, B2B and B2C. Oh, my phone keep ringing. What's that mean all the time, right? Or Telegram, or Signal. Okay. Inventory management planning. Okay, so this is the inventory management. Why do you need to incorporate this inventory management planning in the why do you need to incorporate this ERP system? Basically to reduce the intermediary cost of supply, reduce the middleman, right? So you deal directly with the supplier, right? You can also consolidate orders to improve bulk purchase, right? To reduce stock inventories also. right? Maybe something along the line of just-in-time delivery, okay? And you can look for if you have an ER system where you have work with different business partner or even partners, you can do aggregate or procurement, right? Bulk purchase, economics of skills. Think about it. Yeah? So you can even have a system that can do forward option, okay, or reverse options, okay, etc., or some bidding system or some tendering system as well for certain supplies. So the key features in some of these, you can talk about the search engine, okay, aggregate procurement, supplier management, tracking of items that could go expired, right? And some alert system as well. Right? So this could be incorporated into your mobile system or any mobile app, right? That can alert the mama shop owner that certain items is outdated, is expired, maybe either is ready to expire, so they could be prompt so that they can drop their sales, okay, to improve the product turnaround, right? So, or you can go into the financial and accounting part that's able to input so those general ledgers to be able to produce reports such as trial balance, balance sheet, financial statements, etc. And of course, you can incorporate the point of sales, the cashless payment point of sales terminal, the QR code readers, right, and any other bills that you can manage, right? You can even do a forecast if you collect enough of traffic or data to do some form of analytics, right? So there will be some financial analysis that's made possible through the ERP system, through the financial ERP system, and do strategic planning, right? Or you can go into sales and marketing, where it's able to track customer order, dispatch delivery orders, etc. Right? And also enable customer to track where are their parcel, okay, or when is their delivery going to be done, right? So you can incorporate some credit card payment or e-payment, uh, and even build a customer relationship or even a customer loyalty program that can be incorporated. So here we have a fulfillment diagram, right? So you can draw something like this, right? If you have a flow diagram or workflow or process flow, by all means, right? So you can see this whole ERP system, right? Process got the financial accounting module. Over here, you got the inventory module, planning module, and you have also got the sales and marketing modules over here, right? So you can see this is actually quite a comprehensive uh, report, okay, quite elaborate and make use of very nice, colorful flow diagram, very easy to understand. They also make use of the state chart diagram, right? State chart diagram, the activity flow diagram, right? So it's very comprehensive, like of the products, what stage has it gone through, okay, from the beginning to the end, right? So you can see the search and how they add chart and how to add members, right? So this is an online purchasing state diagram. Okay, slightly different from the activity diagram, but that's the active. So the motivation is preserving the heritage. So to ensure that mama shop culture is still available, still renowned, and it's actually a lucrative market, it's actually an opportunity where there's actually new e-commerce, new online business for the mama shop to grow, rather than just serve the physical customer. And of course, we talk about the Singapore government Smart Nation initiative. So in line with the government initiative, in line with the government funding, right? There's also a motivation factor for them to go into implement IT, right, into their business operations, right? Making use of location-based e-commerce technologies, which can be proved to be reliable and on-time delivery, right? We can talk about the reduction in cost of goods sold, okay, better warehouse management, okay, and better cost saving to the customer. You might be able to pass on some of this cost saving to the customer. Choice of technologies, okay, we mentioned this, mobile app. Everybody is holding a smartphone, so you can't run away with some mobile app. So you can see these students are so diligent that they even come up with a mock-up of a mobile app with the screen design. Okay, very nice form factors. So this could be a eMama mobile app, which is very good. They even have a desktop version. So feel free to go and design and impress me, right? You got even got a nice logo. So this is actually a pretty decent, very good job done, right? So you can even accept not just Pay Now, they even accept Grab Pay. Take a look at how all this QR code payment can be integrated into the system, right? So this is basically cashless, right? So it will be good for some of these mama shop to handle cashless rather than they always have to ensure that they have enough coins, enough change, right? And they have to keep going to the bank. So now for all the payment, because all these are small, especially when we talk about small transacted value, right? So ever more important to have it on cashless, right? Because it basically reduce human error in calculating, right? The coins, so troublesome to calculate small coins, and it just simply doesn't worth the effort to count all these shillings and small amount of money, right? And going to the bank to banking, right? So best is small amount trading, small amount transactions. Best is using e-payment, right? Of course, Visa, MasterCard, they don't accept small value transactions, but then you can actually make use of some of these, right? E-wallet payment, right? That is widely available right now. So social media, you can talk about social media marketing to help to market this e-mama shop, okay, or the e-mobile app. And you can also incorporate chat, powered by AI. This we talk about it, location based, right? You can do about crowdfunding. So this particular group of students basically incorporate almost almost all the things that I teach. So the good thing is, you should try to incorporate all the whatever literature that we have discussed during the lectures and try to incorporate into this assignment. Right? They talk about funding also, where to get fundings, etc., from the venture capitalists or from the angel, right? Angel investors. Right? Hurdles will be the basically a lot. Huh? Some students say what to write for these challenges. There you have so many things. So if you're innovative enough, you know what to write, right? Like emerging technology, new technologies, whether it's difficult for people to embrace some of these technologies, especially when they are old, and not so educated, right? Or they are Chinese educated and you don't have the different language translation, right? So you have to also break the cultural barriers, etc. So these are some, right? So state the problem solutions. It could also be healthy or safety concerns, okay, or some other problem. So you can state the problem and the solutions. So they actually tabulate. So you see, got no challenge. Look at this. There's whole lots of challenges like intrusion in privacy, and also the accuracy of the location, especially if indoor. Then the incorporation of 5G at the beginning could be expensive. The cost is always an issue, a challenge as well, right? And also the different chatbot that you might need to, which is still at the preliminary, and AI is still not as mature as yet. Okay, so and also any physical limitation, especially the mama shop is actually not very big. It's limited space. So their inventory, their warehouse, their storage is actually also quite limited. So how do you solve those problems? And you can briefly talk about the improvement, okay, that can happen, and things that's going out of stock, okay, etc. And also the accounting system improvement. Okay, so who say got nothing to write? There's so many other things. See, this group actually write so much. So can talk about the data analytics, data visualization, big data, the traffic analysis on the website, the eyeballs, okay, the click-through rate. Okay, so you can brag about some of these, and the email shop can later on be scalable to even serve the global market. Right? What is stopping the mama shop to sell it to somewhere in other countries, right? They can also do delivery, right? Get the simple, get the Ninja van to basically deliver some of the items overseas, right? Right. Sometimes the mama could be selling something like those what kancha putih or whatever, right? So some of this really is interesting. So there's so many other things that to talk about, right? So you see here cashless or Cashless store. You've seen it during my lecture where I show in China, they basically don't have even got attendance. Okay? There's no cashier to handle the cash. Everything is RFID tag, right? So that's a new technology that can incorporate cashless. Nobody man the shop. Eventually, that could be the future. So this is where the future you can talk about, right? So look at the issues. You can install security cameras, sensors. Okay, instead of barcode, you can talk about RFID tag. Okay, or any other near sensors, right? And financial reporting, you can just briefly talk about quarter by quarter. Just 1 year or projection or projected or estimation would be good enough. Don't project 3-4 years, right? Anything not more than 1 year is good enough for me, right? So we can talk about the fixed costs, the variable costs, right? And other expenses. And then just do some estimations, okay? Just some estimation. Right, so that's about all. Thank you very much for your attention. Adios, amigos. Bye-bye. Signing out.